Hello and welcome back to USA Senior News. Today we're covering a brand new government program that officially launched on July 4th, and it's especially relevant if you have grandchildren, or if you're a parent of a young child yourself. It's called a Trump account, and if you don't act on this, your family could be leaving free government money on the table. Let's walk through exactly what it is, who qualifies, and how to enroll. Let's start with where this program comes from. Trump accounts were created under a law called the Working Families Tax Cuts, which was signed on July 4th of last year. Starting this year, on July 4th, 2026, the program officially activated, allowing real deposits and contributions to begin. As of the most recent Social Security Administration announcement, roughly 6 million children have already been enrolled. So what exactly is a Trump account? At its core, it's a specialized type of individual retirement account, or IRA, but designed specifically for children under 18. It's funded initially by the federal government, and then can continue to grow through contributions from parents, grandparents, other family members, and even employers, all invested in low-cost index funds, where it grows tax-deferred over time. Now here's the part that matters most: the one-time $1,000 federal contribution. Any child who is a U.S. citizen, has a valid Social Security number, and was born between January 1st, 2025, and December 31st, 2028, is eligible for a one-time $1,000 seed deposit from the federal government into their Trump account. Importantly, this is not automatic. A parent or guardian, specifically whoever can claim that child as a dependent for tax purposes, must actively file an election using IRS Form 4547 to open the account and claim that deposit. If your grandchild was born within that window and their parents haven't done this yet, this is genuinely worth bringing to their attention, since it's easy for a new family to miss a program like this amid everything else that comes with a newborn. Here's some good news if you're worried about a tight deadline. This isn't a use it or lose it situation tied to birth. The $1,000 pilot contribution can actually be claimed any time from birth through December 31st of the year the child turns 17. So even if a grandchild was born in 2025 or early 2026 and the account hasn't been set up yet, there's still plenty of time to claim it. Now, how does enrollment actually work? As of this month, the Social Security Administration has started updating the hospital paperwork process. When parents apply for a newborn's Social Security number through the standard Enumeration at Birth program, hospitals will now include Trump account enrollment information right in that same process, and future Social Security card mailers for newborns will include details about the program as well. For children already born, families can still enroll directly by filing Form 4547 and visiting the official government site, trumpaccounts.gov. Beyond the initial $1,000, here's what happens after the account is open. Starting from the July 4th launch date, parents, grandparents, other family members, or even a beneficiary's employer can contribute to the account. The combined individual contribution limit is $5,000 per year, made with after-tax dollars, and this limit is set to adjust for inflation starting in 2027. If an employer contributes on behalf of a minor dependent, that portion is capped separately at $2,500 a year, counted within that same $5,000 total. There's also a notable detail for grandparents specifically. You don't have to be the parent to contribute. Grandparents, other relatives, or family friends can add money directly into a grandchild's Trump account, up to the shared annual limit, making this a genuinely flexible way to help build a grandchild's financial future over time. On top of individual contributions, some charitable organizations have stepped in as well. As one notable example, a major foundation has committed billions of dollars to contribute $250 to every child under age 11 who qualifies, and another foundation has pledged to match that contribution. These charitable contributions do not count against the $5,000 annual individual limit, so they're essentially bonus money on top of whatever the family contributes. Now let's talk about how the money actually grows and when it can be accessed. Trump account funds are invested in low-cost index funds, and any investment growth compounds without being taxed each year, similar to how a traditional IRA works. The funds are generally locked and inaccessible until the child turns 18. At that point, the account converts into a standard traditional IRA, subject to the normal IRA withdrawal rules going forward. On the tax side, the original contributions themselves aren't taxed when eventually withdrawn, since they were made with after-tax dollars. However, the investment growth on top of those contributions is taxed as ordinary income once it's actually withdrawn, following standard IRA tax treatment. To put the long-term potential in perspective, financial analysts at a major brokerage firm have estimated that a child who receives the initial $1,000 deposit and whose family contributes the maximum $5,000 every year after that could see their account grow to more than $191,000 by the time they turn 18, assuming typical long-term investment growth. Obviously, most families won't contribute the maximum every single year, but even smaller, consistent contributions on top of that initial $1,000 can add up meaningfully over 18 years. One important thing to keep in mind if you're considering contributing significantly, once your grandchild turns 18, they gain full control over these funds, similar to any other IRA. Financial advisors generally recommend having a conversation within the family about long-term intentions for the account, since a young adult suddenly gaining access to what could be a 5- or 6-figure account is worth thinking through in advance. So here's what I'd recommend if this applies to your family. First, if you have a grandchild born between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028, check with the parents whether they've filed Form 4547 yet to claim the $1,000 deposit. Second, if you're interested in contributing yourself, you can do so directly. No need to be the primary account holder or parent. And third, if you want the full official details or need help finding the correct form, the official government resource is trumpaccounts.gov. Before we close, one important reminder. Because this is a newer program, it's also exactly the kind of thing scammers try to exploit. If you ever receive a call, text, or email asking you to verify your grandchild's social security number or pay a fee to activate a Trump account, that is not how this program works, and it is not a legitimate government communication. The only official source for enrollment is the IRS form and trumpaccounts.gov directly, never a call, text, or unsolicited email asking for payment or personal information. That's your update for today. If this helped you, or if you think it might help someone in your family with a young child or grandchild, consider subscribing to USA Senior News, and feel free to share this video with your family. We cover Social Security, Medicare, and financial updates like this every week, explained simply. Stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.